Hi, this is Mark and Katie, and today on Oh the Places We've Been, we're talking about Old Orchard Beach, Maine. So the feel of the town, how do you think the town felt?
The town felt really busy.
Insanely so.
Yeah, really busy while we were there.
Jam-packed.
Yeah, it was packed during the day. In the morning hours, it was definitely less busy, but for the most part, there was just a lot of hustle and bustle, both in Portland and in Old Orchard Beach, and also the highway between the two. I could tell the infrastructure wasn't really set up for like a tourist, surge. So maybe it's less busy most of the year, but right now I guess we must have come here during the busiest tourist season. Not to mention there are a lot of hills and there are a lot of trains. There are drawbridges. I mean, it's it's not as easy to get around.
There are lots of things that can stop you.
Yeah, exactly.
The name of the game when it comes to eating is lobster. If you don't like lobster, you could also try some lobster, because that is the only thing there is that you will want to be eating a lot of in Maine. We kind of thought that since lobster is so plentiful, like you easily can, get your lobster caught that morning and delivered straight to you by that guy who's right outside of your RV park, that it would be affordable. And it was not. It was not affordable.
Yeah, the lobster was pretty expensive. We had lobster rolls a couple times, and that's all the money they're going to get out of us. Basically, lobster rolls were like anywhere between $18 to $30, and I think you probably could find a hole in the wall that gets you lobster for like $15. But I went to one place that was extremely highly rated for a lobster roll, and it was $28, not including the fries. And it just it was good. It's just it wasn't $28 good.
Great.
And the second time I had a lobster roll, I think it was $30. It did have fries, but it was just all of the claw and leg meat and stuff. I don't think there was any lobster tail in it. So it wasn't really, the value wasn't there. I mean, it is cool that you get the lobster you're eating is probably from it is literally catch of the day. Mm-hmm. So you do get it fresh, but that's really the only value to it. It is just as expensive as anywhere else. You're just probably getting it more fresh than you would otherwise. So as far as the main coffee scene goes, in Old Orchard Beach, there was virtually nothing. You definitely had to go west to the town of Saco or Biddeford to get anything. Otherwise, Portland does have quite a number of coffee shops. They're very hard to access because parking there costs money no matter where you go. So if you're going to go downtown and get something to drink, you are going to have to pay to park. However, the shops were pretty good and they were plentiful. So if you're willing to figure out how to park, then you'll probably find some good coffee in Portland, but not Old Orchard Beach.
The family factor. So what is it like for families in Old Orchard Beach, Maine? They're really, in Maine, it is a place where elderly folks like to either live or go to vacation. And as far as families, I mean, there might be some families with older kids, but we were among a very, very tiny minority of people with young kids there, even on the beach.
Yeah, I didn't notice a whole lot of families around. And I know that Maine kind of has the it's not even a stigma. I think it is fact that there are just a lot of retired people here.
Yeah.
And it definitely felt that way, except for when I went to Portland. Downtown, there was a much more youthful scene there.
But still not family.
Definitely not like families, though. I didn't see really any kids. I don't know that this is a place where families are really present, or at least that's what we noticed. That's our observation.
What is particularly beautiful about Old Orchard Beach, Maine?
I mean,
beach.
The beach, the
Hands
Atlantic
down.
Ocean is there. So, when I went early in the morning, it was just fantastic. Being that it was low tide, you could walk way far out on the sand. It was beautiful, Mm-hmm. Nobody was there. If you want to go to Old Orchard Beach, like, and
Beach
have
proper.
yeah. Well, if you want to, do your long walks on the beach, do them early because it's not going to happen after probably like 9 or 10 a.m.
You might not want to go to the Old Orchard Beach part of it. The beach state, what was it? Ocean Park Beach?
Yeah,
Ocean Park Beach was like right next to Old Orchard Beach, and it is much better.
Actually, I did go one time early in the morning, and it was basically empty. It was funny because there were just a bunch of like middle-aged like dudes there, but other than that, like I went back there. We took a trolley from our campsite. They had this trolley that drove around, and took the kids with me. And I mean, we spent very little time down there. It was so packed. It was like it was a mob. I mean, it was just, there were so many people at that beach. And you think about like at the beach you have the first kind of layer of people or whatever, and sometimes someone goes in front of you and sometimes somebody goes behind you. I mean, this was like rows and rows and rows.
It's like 10 people deep.
Yeah,
lined
yeah,
up
at least.
and then spread as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, and it's a huge beach. It goes, I don't know, for miles maybe, but the big thing is roads are interesting, and there's a lot to say about the roads. So the main highway is a toll road, and you have to get on that if you want to go anywhere relatively fast. Otherwise it's going to be twice the time it takes to get anywhere. But basically you have to pay $1 in cash, and cash only, or have the Maine Easy Pass, which is like apparently hard to get. I don't know, everybody I asked about was like, oh,
it'll take
good
a
luck
couple
getting
months.
one. I was like, what? We had to get cash a bunch of times to just make sure we had those dollars. And it's like you have to pay to get on and get off. So it's like, it's always $2 to go anywhere, which was annoying,
And you think, oh, it's just $1. Like, that's not a big deal. Why are you whining about it, Mark and Katie? And it's like, yeah, well, let's see how many times you're going to get on the freeway to go, like, anywhere, and then multiply that by the number of days that you're going to be going anywhere. And
you definitely don't.
It adds up.
Yeah, you don't want to get on and get off multiple times. And the other thing is with the roads, like the curbs are really unforgiving. This is a place that you will destroy your rims on if you are.
If you're me.
If you're prone to doing that, this is where you will have some problems.
I mean, that said, the roads are in very good condition. They should be, because you're paying for them.
They did seem to be in pretty good condition. The great outdoors, so
Yeah.
the beauty of surroundings. Yeah, I mean, the coast is beautiful. There's no
Yes.
doubt about that. The Portland Head Light is a very, very beautiful place.
Yeah. The weather.
Yeah,
The weather.
the weather.
We visited Old Orchard Beach, Maine in late July. And to us, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to Maine during the hottest part of the summer. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be like cooler there, 70s maybe. Well, it was, I guess, not as hot as other places, but it was humid. It was like suffocatingly humid. It was, you stepped out your door and you couldn't breathe humid.
Yeah, we thought we were going to escape the heat. We were doing really well following the weather.
Right?
As is the popular thing to do when you're RVing. And I thought Maine was going to be kind of this ultimate refuge over the summer, especially July. And it was
not.
It was not. It was just so humid. I mean, it was just really, really hot most of the time.
Pinehurst RV Resort.
Yeah, we stayed at this place called Pinehurst, and I don't know why they call it RV Resort, because it was a trailer park. It was a trailer park.
So a trailer park is basically where they have RVs, but they are no longer RVs because they are stuck there in a place, not moving anymore, and have a deck built next to it and all of the stuff that you would need for being at a place year-round. So it's basically like a tiny house that's still on wheels, but no longer moves.
Yeah, and that's what this place was, and rows and rows and rows of that. I mean,
just curving streets all over the place, just filled with trailers.
So I had a negative impression of Pinehurst right from the beginning because we just had a lot of trouble getting in there.
Because it is a trailer park.
It is a trailer park. The streets were really
not
tight.
used to RVs coming in and out all the time.
Yeah, our spot was pretty difficult to get into. So the thing about Pinehurst is because it's a trailer park, a lot of residents have golf carts to get around, and not like an electric golf cart, but like a gas-powered golf cart. So you just hear that sound all day long, all hours of the day, even at night, with people just milling around in their golf carts. So not that like it's enough noise to keep you awake at night, but it's there. It's annoying to some degree, and you're not going to escape it. Everybody has a golf cart. Another problem with Pinehurst was just the cell service. Verizon said that I was deep red in 5G coverage, but I had no signal, no service, no data, nothing. I had no access with my phone. It was basically just on airplane mode or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like.
And then he started going through withdrawal and shaking,
and then there were just a lot of rowdy people there. That like one night there was
an all-nighter from a drunk group next to us.
Drunkards, swearing up and down and just kind of carrying on. So that was kind of rough.
Maine, the grocery stores don't have any plastic bags, so if you happen to forget the bags that you were planning to bring with you, then you are stuck with the paper bags that they have, which, I mean, I've never seen paper bags rip that fast, so. That
wraps it up for our Portland and Old Orchard Beach review. If you have any differing impressions of the area, please feel free to put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about the area, if you've been there. And just get your thoughts and 2 cents. Do you agree or disagree with what we've said? And please like this video and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you